Yeah, I am ready to fire. I got a million desires that I just need to go achieve. I just need to acquire. So I've been climbing up this ladder. Yes, I'm going up higher. I need to do it till the day that I might retire.
Welcome to Torch Steer. Today we're going to be doing a different modification. This isn't really a modification. This actually just makes Audi way more reliable. So basically what I'm doing is a oil catch can kit with a SAI, Evap, N249, N12 delete. So basically, so far if you look at the ground right here, I already took out the SAI system and the brake booster hose, and then I also took out the evaporative system right here. So currently I ended up ordering hoses off of Amazon and they messed up my order. So I have AN6 hose. I actually have AN6 fittings rather than AN10 fittings. I got all this stuff from Eurotuning.com. I'm not sponsored by them, but I just really like their stuff. They gave me everything I needed for this whole delete. So I ended up getting all the different hose clamps, all the different hose block offs, and I ended up getting this this SAI plate right here. So this little thing right here houses like a bunch of the vacuum lines. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that off, and this is the block off plate to make sure that everything works fine without it. Right here, what I have is the Evap resistor, and these two are for the N12 and for the N249. What we're going to be doing is we're just going to install the hoses, delete the rest of the Evap and SAI system. Hopefully this all goes to plan, and maybe tomorrow I'll be able to install the catch can.
Kind of sucks when it's Peter's video, because I barely know shit about his car, so I can't do none, you know? And like, he's always like, blah blah blah, big words. And I just got started in school, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. It's S2000, not S2K.
It's S2K. Everybody said, I mean, technically you're right, but still.
Yeah, but I haven't heard somebody say S2000.
You've only heard people say S2000?
Yeah.
Well, they like have on.
What the fuck?
Let me guess, you're one of those people too, huh?
No! That's weird. What are you looking at? Who are you looking at?
What do you mean, who am I looking at? I'm looking at the camera.
Camera! Looking at the camera! Replay that shit. Replay that shit.
Man. Honestly, this install was pretty easy. I don't really think I needed Isaac's help at all with this. I mean, it was pretty easy, but I mean, I guess the whole life lesson is that sometimes you don't need help. Sometimes you can do things yourself, and sometimes the best way to get rid of a problem is just by, well, deleting it.
Sponsored by Vet Sport. We're not really sponsored by Vet Sport.
So we're almost there.
Yes, I have done stuff too. I'm just kidding. Y'all know. Y'all already know.
Yes, I also have a little potato in my blood too.
What?
What?
You have a potato up your ass?
We started it up last time after I put in a new breather hose for my car. I ended up giving it a test drive, and then I realized, wait a minute, it's not hitting boost. And I'm still getting the same check engine light. And I was like, you know what? I'm done trying to find this damn vacuum leak, because I've been dealing with this for like, I don't know, 3 years. So if you can't find the problem, then I'm just gonna get rid of it altogether. Just get rid of the problem. Problem solved. Yeah.
So right now we're trying to pull this thing out.
Oh, wait a minute.
We are waiting 1 minute. Bro, this fucking cat. Shut up. Fuck. You got special guest, ladies and gentlemen, a fucking cat.
Yeah, we also gotta take this off.
Do we have to take your injectors off? Yes, we do.
No, we do not.
Yes, we do.
Those are not my injectors.
I knew that.
Just testing you.
Yeah, I'm just testing your knowledge here. As a UTI student, I like to teach others, you know, so they don't have to pay. You're doing good, Peter. You're doing good. No, stop right now, this instant, Peter. As a UTI student, I urge you to stop.
I mean, I do kind of feel bad for Isaac because he's like kind of tagging along and not knowing anything that I'm talking about.
Make sure when you put those back on, they're torqued to spec. All right.
They're
I know.
not coming back on.
Wait, oh, they're not?
No.
So what the fuck was that for?
This?
Didn't we like talk about that?
This thing
not
is
in the video, but
well, yeah, I know. I think we talked about this earlier, but this is the reservoir for the whole SAI vacuum system. So this little thing is hated by every single Volkswagen enthusiast that's ever worked on a 1.8T because you have to either relocate this or you also have to, or you just have to delete it, which means you have to do the whole SAI kit. German cars are so confusing sometimes. There's so many vacuums, there's so many hoses. BMW's the worst at it, Volkswagen's like moderate, but like, honestly, it is so confusing, especially with the turbocharged 4-cylinder under Audi. Isaac doesn't have to worry about that as much because he has a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. That is like the easiest thing to work with. And it's got VTEC. It has VTEC, which means it's like awesome and easy to work on.
let's talk about that, Peter. Let's talk about you deleting like almost everything in your car.
I haven't deleted anything in my car besides this.
You are going to.
I'm not going to delete it.
Let's talk about stuff you're going to delete.
I am considering shaving the engine bay because I want this to look pretty clean. I might even get a new intake manifold, exhaust and intake manifold. But
I think you should. Look at that thing.
That exhaust manifold is rusty. I can either get it powder coated or I can get a higher flowing exhaust manifold sheet.
Well, let's get back in topic. You said you were gonna delete the coolant reservoir?
Yes, I was actually thinking about the coolant bulb delete. There's another YouTube channel around here that makes I forgot what his name is, but he makes this kit that deletes the coolant bulb, and there's like this metal fitting that you can put right here on this radiator hose, and then all you have to do is just fill it up like once a month or something, and then I'd be able to just have an almost completely shaved engine bay. I believe he also makes a power steering pump or power steering reservoir delete.
Y'all know he's gonna do that.
Oh wait, no, he's not doing it. It's not a delete. It's a relocation kit.
Okay, there you go.
So
I only know he's not gonna do that.
I'm not getting rid of my power steering. I am considering shaving my engine bay, like I said before. But I mean, those are some things in the future that I plan on doing. I don't know how far in the future, but in the future. Okay, so
I might get somebody to edit.
The walk-off plate is on. I need to jack this car up and then take off this SAI pump down there. It's under the alternator, under the air conditioning, under the air condenser, and down there is the SAI. I'm really not sure what the SAI does. I just know that it sucks. I've broken these hoses so many times. I cannot explain how many times I've broken this hose out of frustration. Not out of frustration, just by accident. I just like bump it and then it goes goodbye. Honestly, I don't know why car manufacturers started making everything out of plastic, but
cheaper.
Well, yeah, it's cheaper and it gives it like a shelf life almost. But either way, I just don't like it. I just hate it so much. eventually I'm gonna end up getting zip ties for all this stuff. But here's the block off for the SAI, or not the SAI, for the Evap system. And I'm gonna probably just reroute it around so it's zip tied somewhere. But for now, it's gonna have to sit right there. This is your N249 sensor, so that's getting plugged. And this is your N112 sensor, and this is also gonna get plugged. All these are gonna end up getting zip tied somewhere. Yeah, that's about all for those.
That's all, folks.
But however, with this kit, they do not have the resistor for the SAI pump, so you're just gonna have to tune that out. So, I mean, I wish I had an awesome car that also was easy to work on. Do you know how many wrenches I've thrown at a building? Like, if I can't fix the problem, throw the goddamn wrench at the building. So, honestly, it's not the fact that I'm frustrated with this car, it's the fact that I can just taste the driving. I can taste it. I can taste the boost. I can hear the diverter valve chirping. I can hear everything. I can hear the turbo spool, just all the noises that sound good. But honestly, I'm just very desperate. I'm very desperate.
Guys, make sure to sometimes like let your goofy side out, you know, like, you know, just like it'll be helpful in social occasions, you know. Like Peter, it's good that we inform you, right? Yeah, but he talks too much, and most of the time I cut shit out, and you know, and like I may feel like it's important information, so like I leave it in, but then there's some times where like he literally repeats himself, you know, and like I'm not trying to stir the pot or anything, like make any drama, but mofo like repeats himself repeatedly, like, and I know I've said that twice, which is counterintuitive, but you know, it is what it is.
So I got the essential tools for this.
Sorry, I was gonna keep quiet. My whole paycheck, you'll touch it. I'm kidding. I won't pay you. I don't care if you do it. I just won't pay you.
Okay, Jeff Bezos.
Dude, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Your flash.
I don't know, it's not on. I mean, it doesn't have battery. Yeah.
It's moving.
Wait, is it actually moving?
Yeah.
Wow. We haven't used that O-ring. Oh.
And there you have it. So the breather hose goes all the way down here where the breather hose is, or was. And then this seat's down here. This one, on the other hand, which we just pulled off, goes into here. So I advise that you get a rubber hammer and a towel and hit it in. We have this connected right here. So we're just gonna hit it in so we don't damage the fitting. So as you see, it's going in little by little. Usually you'd want to take out your turbo inlet pipe, but I didn't feel like doing that.
Lazy bitch.
Paper flash.
This video, I mean, without editing, this video is probably one of the easier videos I've ever done. This has to be one of the easier ones. So here's a little update of what's been going on. So I ended up getting the correct hosing for all this type of stuff. So where we left off, we got these lines and these fittings for the crankcase ventilator, as well as the breather. So basically what I just did was I got N10 fittings and then put them onto the breather hose as well as the ventilator right here, and then I connected lines that would be able to withstand oil and fuel. So then I got a catch can just off of Amazon and then connected it to where your fuse box is supposed to be. Now the fuses I ended up putting inside of this little thing right here. So all the fuses that were in this little fuse box up here were put into here, and instead we have a catch can that's held on with a simple clamp. So none of this is going anywhere. There's like a little bit of play, but it's fine. We ended up connecting the brake booster, and I ended up getting a piece of steel and putting this in here for the PCB block off. I believe Integrated Engineering has their own like little kit, but I didn't have $300 to shell out for this, so I ended up just creating a block off myself. So usually what you'll have to do with most catch cans for this is you'll have to connect this hose to this one, and then connect it to this catch can, and the secondary outlet is going to go to your PCV. But I didn't want to try to mock up like a smaller hose going to a larger hose going to the PCV system. So instead, what I just did was I got a vent to atmosphere system with a little. It looks like an air intake, but it's not. This actually vents it out because there's going to be positive pressure going into the catch can here from both sides. So if you don't have this breather, or if you don't have something running to the hockey puck, then you're going to end up blowing up your catch can, and that's not very good. So the rest of this, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to be taking out this whole SAI system right here. This secondary air injection system, or SAI for short, originally was supposed to hook up to that little hold on. So it's supposed to connect to here. This little system right here runs to all the vacuum lines. Like this goes to your turbo inlet pipe. This one goes to the diverter valve. And all of these originally they all went to the N249 and the N12. So now that we have all of this stuff blocked off, we can now start working on getting rid of this this SAI hosing, as well as all of this like the whole SAI compressor altogether. So that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of the video. And this is the SAI system. Look at all these ugly plastic pipes that are no longer in my engine bay.
Yay.
I mean, we can keep the bracket on if we need to.
What is this for? What are you trying to
Bracket for the SAI system. You don't have to worry about it anymore. I was just trying to make it easy.
I don't think you can even take it out.
You can, it's just really hard to get to. You'd have to take off your intake manifolds.
It's like stripping.
I just get a pipe wrench later when I take this engine out for like the 5th time. But yeah, so the SAI system's out. So I think we're done. This is all. We just did everything that we needed to do. The only thing that I do need to do is kind of just zip tie these all together, like these. You zip tie those somewhere safe. I'll probably just zip tie it onto this wire right here, so it's all like in one spot and doesn't hit the radiator. For the SAI, I think I'll just find some place to put it. It's not really in the way, but it should be fine. But
we now have a catch can.
we now have a catch can. We did the Evap system delete. We did the SAI delete. We did the N249 delete. So I think we're good now. We're done. Hopefully this will solve a lot of our issues of running no boost. So hopefully that'll be fine. And we'll see you in the next video. There's like, I really didn't do anything. It was literally just take off hoses, plug them, and then put on a catch can and reorder the same catch can over and over and over again until eventually one fit. And then boom, we have a running car that runs off of boost now. Now I just have to figure out why I'm still getting the same check engine light, because I mean I did start it up and it still got the same check engine light, but only when it was cold, not when it was hot. That's the really weird part. So I mean we'll have to stay tuned for that, but I think it's the boost controller. That's what I'm thinking. So hopefully that'll be the problem.
I don't wanna be here anymore. I just wanna touch the bottom of the ocean floor.